Okay guys, so in this example that I'm going to do, I'm going to read, it's a word problem. So this is, again, word problems. I know most of you don't like word problems, but word problems are where you get the application to real world. Because in the real world, everything's a word problem, okay? So let me read the word problem. I want you to write down the important information. Make sure you understand what this problem is, because that's the first step of problem solving, is understanding what's going on, okay? If you need to draw a picture, like I'm going to draw a picture, okay? So it says the length of a rectangular computer chip okay? The length of a rectangular computer chip is 2 millimeters longer than its width. 2 millimeters longer than its width. So whatever the length is, whatever the width is, the length is 2 millimeters longer than that. So do we know what the width is? No, we don't know what the width is. So let's just make it W. So now, with that being the width, we know that the length is 2 millimeters longer, which means it's going to be an addition, right? It's whatever this is plus 2. So the length is the width plus 2 millimeters. Okay, good. So now, so far so good. Now it says, find the dimensions of the chip. That means W and L. Find the dimensions of the chip if the perimeter is 26.4. So they're giving us some more information. So we know the perimeter is 26.4 millimeters. Okay. So now this is where we have to kind of think about this, right? So we know the perimeter of a shape is the distance around. Now, in the case of a rectangle, this side and this side are the same, and this side and this side are the same. So the formula for a perimeter of a rectangle is going to be 2 times this side, which is L, plus 2 times the width. So that's the formula for the perimeter of a rectangle, right? So now, this I know is equal to 26.4. That's what they told us up here, 26.4. I also know, because see again, I can't have 2 variables in here. I can't solve this if I have 2 variables in there. It's impossible. So I need to get rid of one of these variables. Well, they give me a way to do it in the problem. The fact that L can be written as W plus 2, and I can substitute. So let's do that. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2 times W plus 2, like that, in parentheses, right? So because what I'm doing is I'm substituting L for that whole thing. Now I've got everything in W. Now I can solve for the width. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute and add like terms. I'm going to collect up and gather up all the W's, simplify them, and solve for W. Okay? So in this case here, I get 2W plus 4 plus 2W equals 264. So now I'm going to go up here now. Now I'm going to jump up here. And now I'm going to add these 2 like terms. So I'm going to get 4W plus 4 equals 264. Now there's 2 ways you could do this. You could factor out the 4, divide by 4, and then subtract 1 to get W. Or you could just subtract off 4 and then divide by 4 and be done that way too. Doesn't matter which way you do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 4. And so that'll give me 4W equals 260. And so then I'm going to divide by 4. And so W will end up equaling what? It's going to end up equaling what? $65 millimeters, or excuse me, 65 millimeters. Okay? Now I found one of the dimensions. I found the width. Now I just have to find oh, hold on a second here. Oh, I know what I did. Hold on a second. Did I do? Oh, I dropped the decimal point. 26.4, 26.4. Yeah, again, simple mistakes. So 26.4, and so now I'm going to subtract off 4. So yeah, that's going to change my answer significantly. So let's go back. Sorry about that. Okay, so I dropped my decimal point back here. So now when 4W plus 4 equals 26.4, I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, so I get 4W equals what? 22.4. Okay, now that's much better. Okay, so now divide by 4, and I get W equals, okay, now what am I going to get? Okay, so the width is going to be what? 5.6 millimeters. Okay, that's the width. Okay, now I need the other dimension because they asked me to solve for both of them. So we got width, now length. But now I can use this formula and I'm done, right? Because I've got W, so now I just have to solve for, put W in here. So now L equals what? W plus 2, which is equal to 5.6 plus 2, which equals 7.6 millimeters, or millimeters. So W, here's the width, and the length. And again, here's where I would do a check. I would check to make sure that I got the correct answer. So what I would do is I would then double this and add them together and see if I get my perimeter that I started with. And if I do, I get 11.2 here, I get 15.2 here, and so 11 plus 15 gives me 26. 0.2 and 0.2 give me 0.4. Got it. I'm good. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, practice other problems and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.